All right, so I'm taking this video just to kind of demonstrate the difference between just the shingles being unsealed versus being actually wind creased and damaged. As you can see here, we've got the west slope, which is the right side of the house here. We got the front and the north facing back behind me. We didn't mark these other slopes. I ran out of chalk there, but we're gonna kind of just go through this. So all these spots where you can see these this is basically zippering, or not zippering, but cornering. So all along these corners, you're gonna see, I'm gonna get close and just kind of show you an example. All along that, you're gonna see all these corners are loose. All the corners, when you see in these lines like this. When you see the line underneath it, that's when the whole shingle is gonna be unsealed. You can see there, the whole shingle is flopping with it. And the line means that it actually is damaged and creased. You can see in this one, the crease is along the top. So this one is going to be damaged and creased. It's really all along that top there. So going to the whole front slope here, got a lot of the cornering going on. This one is going to be damaged as well. You got a crease right along the top. These circles are actually just spots where the shingles are ripped. You can see there's a nice rip in this shingle here. It kind of goes right there. But again, going back to an example of where maybe, you know, the shingle can still be unsealed and not damaged. One with like this X on it right here. So the whole shingle is going to be unsealed. You see that there? They're not seeing any creasing along the top on this one. So that's kind of the difference here. Again, we got another ripped shingle here where you got, this is loose. That obviously would have ripped. Got a couple here on the edge, and this is just to show you the whole front slope where you're actually missing these tabs right on the edge. So just to get an idea of what the front slope looks like, I didn't do the entirety of the front slope again once I got a good picture of what it actually looked like. So we do have two rips over there, that circle, this circle. We do have several creased shingles there. Again, you can see there's clearly crease across the top, as well with these two. So several on the front. Going to the back here, we do have some similar stuff, but there also is some different stuff. So this right here, this is going to be thermal cracking. Both of these are still sealed down. You can tell it's a little bit older too, but it's still sealed. There's nothing, you know, that's just the evidence that it is getting older. Again, just some more cornering, no damage though. Actually, coming over here is where we're actually seeing the damage. So here we do have several rips. These ones are actually, all right, let's go over here. This one's loose here. You can see, I lift that up. It's a little bit, actually no, it was caused by this. This here was lifted, which caused that to rip there in the middle. This one actually was loose. I'm blocking the camera. This one actually was loose here. So that one actually is a tear. You can see it's just, you know, it's torn there. Over here, we do have another tear here, right here. You can see that this is a part, you know, about halfway into the shingle, it's torn all the way up. This side is loose, this side is not. So that would be, you know, wind damage from maybe starting with this cornering because you're seeing it all the way up, and then it just decided to tear there. Coming up here, we do have more creased shingles across this top here. You can see that there. Oh, shadow might be blocking it, but there is a line there. Same thing with this one. You got a wholly unsealed shingle here with a crease in it. So coming up here, got a little bit more of it. And I actually did this because when this is actually lifted here, you can see this whole thing is moving. It moves all the way up to this second one here. And so what that tells me is that the nail was ripped out of that shingle to hold that down. So that actually pulled through the nail. So that's actually going to be wind damage as well there. Coming over here, the last thing I had circled was just a tear right above this box vent there. Going to these last two sides, we have the left elevation. Oop, blocking the camera again. We got the left elevation here. So this is actually going to be the perfect example too, to be able to show wind damage versus just unsealed and, you know, it's getting older. So right here, this shingle with the X on it, all three of these actually happen to be loose. So when I do that, boom, it's loose. There is no crease across the top. Going to this one, you can see that crease across this top here. and it actually bleeds in over here too. So this one's completely loose as well. So again, both unsealed, one that actually is wind damaged, one that's not. Coming down here below it, we do have several more that are actually wind creased. This one you can see pretty clearly. There's that crease along the top. Same thing with this one above it here. You got that crease. It's creased there and also creased on the edge on the left side. So being that it might be just heavier in the center too. So no, but you're seeing damage to all four slopes here. Again, I do understand it is a little bit older, but amongst the age and what kind of happens with the cornering as it does age and start to unseal, we do have several wind damaged shingles.